Hey guys, just a quick heads up. In this video, we will be discussing nudity in television shows and sort of from a 10,000 foot view, pornography. And so it's not vulgar, it's not graphic. But if you have little kids, you may want to skip over this. If they're preteens, teenagers, definitely fine. As many of you know, I am a pastor, and so whenever I have opportunities to share my faith and my convictions, even through a venue like Fortnite, I'm always going to take that opportunity. So I hope you enjoy it. Let's get to it.
I was watching a new series on HBO Max because I was bored. I was like, I don't have anything to do. I don't have a stream to watch. I'm
What
bored.
series?
Says
What
I
series
slept
are you
two
watching?
pinched fingers.
I started this new one called The Flight Attendant.
Okay.
Interesting. Yeah, it's interesting. I try to watch Succession, but I don't know. I can't get into it.
I heard that was good. I know people that are like die hard.
Yeah, I gotta give it another chance.
It's wild. Like, I try and like force myself in situations like that. I'm like, all these people can't be wrong. All these people can't be wrong. Maybe just keep going. Maybe it'll get better. And sometimes it does. And then like sometimes like The Office, I'm just like, this is just not funny to me.
Oh, I like The Office. It's
Dude,
just like a comfort show for me.
yeah, my boy Jake loves it. I could never like.
Oh, I got people shooting. Yeah, I love Game of Thrones, though.
I go to Dave and Buster's with my dad, but not
Oh,
every
what is going on?
most of the time. And it's usually fun.
I landed a short bunch and I'm get out of this place where I got stuck at, and I can't find a way.
Well,
Did you watch Game of Thrones, Ronnie?
I did not.
Yeah, you're missing out. Like, I kind of was the same thing, too. I was like, oh my god, why is everyone so obsessed with this show? And then I watched it and I was hooked from the first episode.
P-Mitty says if it don't catch my
But
attention,
yeah, there
I
are
get
some
bored.
shows like that where,
And
like,
don't watch
it's
it at
kind of a
all.
little
Yeah,
bit
so
slow.
I
You gotta
started
get,
scrolling on
like,
my
3
I was going
episodes in.
to watch it.
P-Mitty says, get.
I have this censoring service called VidAngel, and basically
P-Mitty
like
says, spin.
they had a Roku app, right? So like let's say you wanted to watch a show on Netflix, you could open this app and link it to your Netflix, and then like if you wanted to watch it with your kids, you could have that app censor out like violence, like it'll skip over blood and gore. You can have it censor out like nudity and sex.
Oh,
You can have
wow.
it censor out, you know, a bunch of other stuff. And like from what I gather, Game of Thrones is wild.
Yeah.
The
Anything
nudity type
HBO
stuff.
related
Yeah.
is
And
wild.
I don't need to be seeing that. So I was gonna use that service, but then they got into like some sort of licensing dispute with Disney, and so Roku like pulled their app, and so like now if I was gonna watch it, I'd have to watch it like on my computer. And I
Daisy, come
just-
help me! There's somebody after me. Come get out the door.
if they get the dispute settled and get the Roku
I
app
killed-
back, then
I killed 4 people. They
P-Mitty
followed
says
me with the
HBO is
rocket
where it
ring.
was back in the day.
They took my shit
I
off.
I think they're
Okay.
coming to our right.
Yeah,
coming to
they're
our
coming
right.
right there.
Scramble
Oh, he got me.
HBO
Be careful. He got a
got me through my
DMR.
adolescence.
Oh my, I messed that up.
Oh man, bro.
I messed
I'm not
that
proud
up.
of
He's right
that.
here. He's right here. He's right here.
That's true.
Wait,
He's
so
coming
you
towards me. He's coming towards
personally
me. Get him.
don't want to see the nudity, or you mean like for
I
your
don't.
chill?
2 of y'all against him.
Oh, does it make you
Are
uncomfortable?
you freaking serious, bro?
He's right here. He's right here. He's right here. Right here. He's taking out.
No, it's not that.
Hey,
like
come rest.
honestly,
Come rest
like,
me. Rest me in here.
P-Mitty
Uh,
says LOL has
down. Rest
cartoons
me.
on the previous channel.
So I personally
Now we can
believe
double rest.
that for me, being faithful to my wife is
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh
in
my God,
body,
no
spirit,
way.
and
That's funny.
eyes, right?
Well, interesting. I never heard a guy say that before.
Yeah, so
Even
there's
if you guys saw the show together, you still would feel that way.
Yep.
Does she feel that way?
Yep. So it's
Oh,
it's so
that's interesting.
there's a story in the Bible where Jesus is giving a parable and he says, you know, you've heard it said that thou shalt not commit adultery, but I'll tell you that he who looks at a woman with lustful intent has committed adultery in his
Hey, they're
heart.
coming. They're coming. There's
He
people
Mitty
So
here.
for
There's
says,
people
me,
here by
get.
Jesus'
it's
car.
like, you know, that's a conviction that I have that I'm just like, okay, well, this is my wife. I love her, and she's the only one I'm looking at.
Mm-hmm.
So like when there's
Never heard that. Well,
situations like that, I do everything I can
Coming up the zip
to
line. They're
protect
coming up the zip
myself.
line.
yeah. Well, I guess you can't watch anything that HBO makes.
There's two of them in the zip line.
Pretty much. No need to have an HBO Max subscription.
Well, I already have one, but like I
You
don't.
just don't watch the HBO originals.
Yeah, and I mean there's some that's like there's a difference where it's like, okay, you know, I've watched a series where it's like, okay, in a 10 episode series there's 2 instances of nudity or something like that, and it's like, okay, I can manage around that, right? But from what I understand, like Game of Thrones is like,
Yeah, it's more than 2
it's
episodes.
yeah, you know what I mean?
Like the
It's
whole
like,
season.
right. Like it's funny because like there's I was looking at it through the VidAngel thing, like when you have them censor out the nudity where they like basically like skip over the scene like a second, like 2 seconds before and 2 seconds after, like the hour-long Game of Thrones episodes were like 29 minutes, and I was like, bro, they
What?
literally
No, that can't be.
censored out
That's
like
impossible. I don't
31
believe
minutes
that.
of content.
That's crazy. Yeah, and with a show like that, it's not even worth you like watching if it's skipping out that much, because it's one of those shows you have to really
Like
pay attention to and
it's
sit down, because if you look away, you're gonna miss an entire like
right,
important detail.
and like some of it has
So
a
it's not
lot
even
to
worth
do with
it.
like the actual story and whatnot, so
Yeah, it's not worth it.
you know. But I mean, like Game of Thrones has
Great
been
freaking
out
show.
for forever, and
Yeah,
I've
it's
managed
a
to
great
survive
show.
not seeing it. So
Yeah, I wish I
yeah,
could
right.
see it again for the first time. Especially the theme
There's
song.
been a couple
Bro,
of there's
what?
been a couple of shows like that I felt like, man, I wish I was watching this for the first time again.
Yeah, that's definitely one of those shows for me, for real.
I'm trying to think of what the last one was like that. Like I felt like that way about Breaking Bad.
Oh, I love that show.
He Mitty
What
says,
else?
spin.
Dexter. Like me and Jess
I
watched.
haven't watched it.
Oh, Dexter was dope.
Where is it on?
It was Showtime.
Netflix? Oh, I ain't got that. I already
So
spent $31.
Dexter was one
User
of those
says,
ones where it was
"Get."
like there was like maybe 3 or 4 episodes in like
User
6
says,
seasons
"Spin."
that I was like, okay, we gotta like fast forward through this, but otherwise it was pretty decent.
He Mitty says, get.
Oh, also just for some context for the story, like I was exposed to corn when I was like 8, and that led to an
He Mitty
addiction
says, I am out here
of
fighting for my life
like
with the
almost
wheel.
20 years, and so
I understand.
yeah,
Where this
so
is
like for
going.
me it was like avoiding that is like a recovering alcoholic not going to a bar, if that makes sense. I hope you enjoyed this video. It is the first in our Faith, Family, and Fortnite series. If you are struggling with a porn addiction, if you have questions about your faith, questions about my faith, if you need prayer, or you're just looking for a dope community to hang out with, encourage you, play some Fortnite together, that sort of thing. Be sure to click the link in my bio. You can join the Discord community, Team Ruckus, and you'll meet a bunch of fantastic folks who are loving, encouraging, and we'll play some Fortnite. And so, hope to see you there.